This episode of Attack on Titan, without a doubt, has the biggest revelations that we have received from the series, so spoiler warning before we start this review. Hello my friends, and welcome to another review of the Attack on Titan anime series. And this is an episode which absolutely blew my friggin' mind. So many huge revelations in this episode, so spoiler warning, you got it, okay, here we go. Basically, this episode fully reveals why Eren became a Titan and how he got his powers. They don't say it outright, they show it all with imagery, and it's just one small part of a massive story which is eventually going to open up the origins of the Titans, the government of this world, and how it all got freaking started. So let's just go ahead and start from the beginning. This entire episode right here was really simple. Basically, Erwin and his entire group are getting ready to go and bust Eren and Historia out of this like giant icy prison, which is apparently some chapel which belongs to the Rice family. When we go back to them, we get to see that Eren is still tied up and he's not going anywhere anytime soon. And we get to see that he's continuously having these visions of his past and people that he's never actually met before in his life. Rod and Historia meet Eren and they make physical contact with his body, and suddenly all of these memories flush into his head of things that he's never experienced, but things that he's also experienced firsthand. The most important thing that we can take away from these events is that apparently Frida Rice, who is the daughter of Rod, apparently had the power of a Titan, a super powerful Titan, which apparently could change the fate of the entire world. So powerful, in fact, that Eren's father actually decided that he wanted it for himself. Why that is still a complete and utter mystery, but it is of course revealed that Eren's father, Grisha, had the ability to transform into a Titan, and he actually attacked Rod Rice and his family, killing practically all of them, fighting against Frida in her giant Titan form, devouring her body and gaining her abilities. This alone is a pretty big freaking deal, because one, it reveals that Eren's father was indeed a Titan shifter. He could transform. But it also explains where Eren actually got his powers in the first place. They don't go into the backstory all that much, but we do get to learn that apparently at some point in the past, Eren was injected with the power of a Titan, transformed into one of these beasts, and ate his father alive, taking not only his power, but the power he inherited from Frida as well, transforming him into the Titan character that he is today. First off, why did Grisha do this? Why did he kill this family? It's hard to say. From the flashback, it looks like it's something that he actually did not want to do. He looked very shocked by the situation, and almost seemed as if he was begging them for something else. There's still a lot of holes in this Swiss cheese that we don't know anything about, and I'm sure when we finally learn about that, everything's going to start to make a lot more sense here. What is apparent is that somehow they're going to try and take this power back from Eren. How they're actually going to do that is still unknown. I'm assuming there's someone amongst them who has the ability to transform into a Titan, but that right now is a complete and utter mystery. We also get to learn a little bit more about Kenny Ackerman's backstory and how the entire Ackerman family is actually really important to the history of the government of Attack on Titan. Apparently the Ackermans used to be like the right-hand man of the government. They were sort of the swords, the knights, the people that protected them. But over time, some bad situations happened and they ended up getting persecuted. They were one of two major families that were actually persecuted in this way, the other one being the Oriental clan, which is where Mikasa comes from because of her mother, and her father was an Ackerman as well, so you basically have a combination of the two most hated people in the Attack on Titan series, which is a miracle that she's made it alive this far in the series. As for Levi's relation to the Ackermans, it's still known that he was raised by Kenny, but they're still hiding a lot of those details as well. We get to see that Kenny and we even get a few small scenes with Kenny and his backstory, a scene with him talking to his grandfather on his deathbed, wanting to learn a little bit more why the actual Ackermans were persecuted in the way that they were. His grandfather tells him everything, and this could have been the moment where things in Kenny's life has changed. What his actual motivation is at this point is kind of hard to say. The fact that he's working with Rod Rice maybe shows that he's trying to bring things back to a more proper state, But again, with Kenny, who's a complete and total psychopath, it's kind of hard to tell. The episode ends with all of the scouts and Levi and Erwin's group getting ready to storm this chapel where all shit is about to go down. So, what's the rundown on this episode of Attack on Titan? This was the episode I was waiting for. The episode with a ton of answers. But again, a show that's filled to the brim with mystery. We're going to get a lot of answers. We're still going to get a lot of questions. They don't give us everything yet, but we finally get some major details in this episode. And it also reminded me of that one scene where Eren's father gave him that key to the basement, and we still haven't followed up on any of that stuff. All the scenes with Eren and his father, it was all told through these really quick flashbacks of seeing him transform into a Titan for the first time, which is, of course, horrific looking. I was really glad to finally see some Titans in this season. It's kind of weird that it took this long to get some proper scenes like that, and I was kind of hoping we would see a little bit more of Grisha battling against Frida, because I just thought that it looked really awesome, but her overall form looks really disturbing, and apparently she was very important. That's why her power was actually necessary, but for what purpose at this point, it's still a complete mystery. I'm guessing this all happened when Wall Maria was actually falling. I'm guessing this all actually happened when Wall Maria was getting ready to fall or was falling at the same exact time. Again, it's kind of hard to tell. We know where Eren's father was alive at certain points in the story, and now we know that he's probably just dead at this point because Eren freaking killed him. This is a case of Goku eating Grandpa Gohan, except this time, Goku got a really big freaking power-up. You can definitely see that Eren himself is visibly shocked by all of this, and the fact that he's basically gagged. He can't really say or do anything. You can only imagine the emotions which are swirling around in his head at this point. And the build-up to this big conflict between the Scouts and Kenny's group, man, the next episode's gonna be great. And the fact that it's set within this like big, giant, icy chapel is just all sorts of awesome. I'm just so excited to see what's going to happen. So yeah, I loved this episode a lot. It had some brilliant imagery and some really big revelations, which I loved. It also had some straight up fucked up moments. Like, we get to see that one of the former noblemen who was actually a part of the group that actually ran the original government is being tortured by Zachary. And I don't know what he's doing to this guy, but he's got him completely upside down and seems to have a funnel in his asshole. I don't know what's happening here, but can someone fill me in the comments? All I know is this is straight up maybe the most fucked up shit I've seen from the series, and this is about a show with giant zombie people eating people alive, so yeah, pretty freaking strange. This episode right here, though, man, it was just great. I loved it. It's a 5 out of 5. It's another one of those episodes that makes me glad that I've never looked at the manga version of Attack on Titan, because watching this unfold in the anime is just freaking awesome. I'm still not bored of the series yet, and I love all the revelations they keep throwing at us. Really good stuff here. So to recap yet again, big episode dealing with Eren's origin about becoming a Titan, his father's history with the Rice family. We even get a small scene of Historia and Frida actually interacting in the past, although he never knew that... although she never actually knew that that was her sister. And of course, the big battle that's getting ready to happen at the end. Metal stuff here. Check it out, guys. I'd love to hear your thoughts about the episode. Make sure to tell me all of them in the comment. I'd love to hear all of your thoughts about the episode. Make sure to tell me what you guys thought about it in the comment section below, and what you hope to see from the rest of Attack on Titan. Thank you guys for watching this review. I'll see you guys next time, and as always, stay down there, baby.